So, Trevor.
So, Paul.
Welcome to my podcast. Is it my podcast or is it your podcast?
I think it's your podcast, Paul.
But it's mine.
Yes, it's yours. I'll let you have it. Yeah.
So, you're a guest on my podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
I wasn't sure whether I was a guest on yours, but...
difficult to tell, really, isn't it? Because it's happening in a neutral location.
Yes, it's a bit like a friendly game.
Like a friendly match?
Yeah, friendly match.
Or a cup final.
Yeah, it's a cup final.
It's like a cup final, really.
Yeah, at Wembley.
At Wembley, yeah.
We're both out of our element.
Yes, exactly. But a lot of home support in the stands for both of us.
Absolutely.
Yes, and they're sitting together.
Yes, and of course they're not allowed to stand, are they?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, it's all ticket, all seated.
All seated.
But it's nice to see the Paul Foot fans and the Trevor Lock fans sitting together. A lot of them have shared buses to get to Wembley today.
Some of them, of course, the richer ones, are sitting in that bit where you have dinner, like in the directors'...
Yes, in the hospitality suites.
Hospitality part.
Eating their prawn sandwiches, as they say.
And then they've had a chicken...
Biryani?
With a glazed chicken breast with seasonal vegetables and a cream sauce.
Oh, did you come up with the menu?
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, I had an oversight.
Had a hand in it.
No. I mean, no menu is going to be served without passing before me, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, I allow those who know the best think they're making the decisions.
Yeah.
It motivates them.
Puppet master, really.
Yes.
You're pulling the strings.
Oh, absolutely. And the starter was a choice prawn cocktail, but with a twist of lime.
A twist of lime?
Yeah, a twist of lime.
Yeah.
Or soup of the day. Vegetarian, obviously. It always has to be vegetarian soup of the day.
Onion? Was it onion? French onion?
It was carrot and coriander.
Oh.
Yes, it's the old classic.
Yeah.
When you're in a restaurant and you say, what's soup of the day? And I always think, maybe it'll be oxtail. But it never is. It's always vegetable soup because they have to cater for the vegetarians.
I don't think I've ever had oxtail soup not out of a can.
Well, that's where it comes from, doesn't it?
It comes out of a can always.
Yes.
Oh, I had dreamed that one day a chef might actually make a soup out of an oxtail in a kitchen in a restaurant.
Well, you'd have to find an ox.
Well, you can find an ox. There are oxen extant, are there not? Maybe not in this country, but...
Well, you'd have to go abroad to get it.
You have to go to India.
You have to go to India to get an ox and then sort of tempt the ox onto the plane sort of by saying, it's very good. It's excellent, on this Air India, it's excellent service and good food sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable. Tempt the ox on.
I wouldn't do that. I'd just tempt the rear end of the ox into the doorway and then slam the door shut. I've got all I want.
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah. Oh, that's how they get the tail off?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, they slam the tail in the door?
Yeah, they close, when they close the aeroplane doors.
Yeah.
Well, the ox tail falls off.
Of course, because of the altitude. Well, because of the change in pressure in the cabin.
Yes, that and the massive slamming of the door rips the ox. I mean, it's humane,
Of course.
But of course. The oxtail's tail, because the oxtail has gone backwards or he's going backwards onto the plane.
Well, an ox can never go forwards into a plane, we know that. I mean, it's like an elephant can't go downstairs, an ox can never go frontways into not a jetliner anyway.
But they fear going onto it.
Yeah, you might get on a prop aft aeroplane or, maybe a World War II biplane. You've often seen an ox.
Oh, they would love to go on that.
Exactly,
because they love the olden times.
Yeah.
But yes, they have to be sort of tricked. They say, you're
being backed in to turn round.
Although they don't say it's a plane, they just say it's
just sort of a holding
pen.
A holding pen. You're just going into a holding pen backwards. Nothing to fear.
And they are holding a pen.
Of course.
They give the ox a pen and a piece of paper, and that kind of distracts them.
Doing a Sudoku.
Yes. Very good at them.
Are they really?
Well, as good as any human.
Really?
It is random.
It is random, isn't it?
It's random numbers on a bit of paper.
Yeah.
Not many people realise that.
No, and
you can just write what you like down. It doesn't actually affect anyone at all. So anyway, he does that, and then off comes the tail, that falls into the plane, and obviously it's then flown back to London, and the ox goes off. Literally goes off.
It just goes off.
Past its sell-by date.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the Pope? Well, what makes him holy, do you think?
Absolutely nothing. I don't believe he's holy.
I don't. You don't.
No.
You don't bow to him.
I don't bow to him. No, not at all. No. I mean, I think he's no more a pope than you are.
But would you cut his tail off and make a soup from it?
I probably wouldn't cut his tail off. I might give him a little tickle underneath it, or see if I could put some salt on it. If I could put a pinch of salt on his tail, then I know I can catch him. But no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want to do anything like that.
So you don't think he's holy like an ox?
Well, he's a haemophiliac, and if I cut his, I wouldn't know how to staunch his stump, and I don't want a pope's unstaunched stump playing havoc with my, soft furnishings. Assuming that it happens in my house.
I mean, how would you tempt the Pope back to your house?
Well, sugar lumps, probably. The promise of sugar lumps. I wouldn't actually have any sugar lumps for fear he actually got hold of them and went crazy on the...
Are we talking at cross purposes, Trevor? Are you talking about the Pope or Shergar?
Ah!
Oh, yes. Yes, you got confused
Sorry.
again.
No, with the Pope, I would tempt the Pope back with the promise of, probably a massage and maybe some heated, warm marshmallows and chestnuts over my open fire. And, of course, that's a euphemism, Paul.
Oh.
Yes.
What, the fire isn't open?
Not at all.
It's closed.
It's very much a closed door. It's like an oven, really. Basically, I've got a mini oven.
It's like a Dutch oven.
It's a... Paul, what's a Dutch oven?
That is a horrible thing.
Is it?
I don't know why I said that. I just said it.
What is it?
It's that horrible thing when it's
no.
really unpleasant.
Always when two men...
Or women. Or man and a woman.
A man and a woman who
it could
don't really love each other very much.
And they do a little...
Do they?
A little... into each other's body, and then they make a big, horrible smell.
That's called a Dutch
No,
oven.
no, that isn't that. I'm thinking of something else. That's something I do on a Tuesday evening.
Well, what do you do on a Tuesday evening? You do that into a lady's or a man's bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
I never know which.
Okay. What you...
I still don't know whether it's a lady or man.
Well, that's nice to be...
I know that they visit 7:30pm every Tuesday.
The lights go out.
The lights go out.
You pull down your trousers.
And we do what's necessary.
Right.
No, I think a Dutch oven, it's really unpleasant. It's when you...
Do you mean do a poo or do a fart?
Do a little...
A wee?
I can't say it.
Do a wee?
It's too rude.
Ejaculate?
No. No, much ruder than that.
Ejaculate blood?
No.
Have a severe case of diarrhoea over somebody else's genitalia?
No. A little let off.
Oh, you mean you break wind?
Break wind.
Yes.
It's rude. I don't like to talk about it.
No.
And you do it under the bedclothes, and then you put the bedclothes over your partner's face, and they have to smell it. I think that's a Dutch oven.
That is quite unpleasant, Paul.
Yes.
Mm.
But that's how I got the Pope back. So, that's what made him holy.
Okay.
Not that you believe in his holiness.
Not at all. No, I've seen no evidence of it.
I have.
Really?
Well, under the bedclothes.
Under the bedclothes, he worked a miracle, did he?
Well, yeah. There's certainly... he certainly rose again. Yeah.
So anyway, so that's so we're here on neutral territory basically,
yes.
And there won't be oxtail soup. It's carrot and coriander, and it's your podcast basically. That's basically what we're saying. It's your podcast, so and I'm welcome.
Yes. What have you been doing recently, Trevor?
Well, do you know what I've been doing recently?
What?
Do you know I'm on tour?
Are you on tour?
I'm on tour. Do you know where I'm playing?
In people's living rooms.
Exactly. That's what I've been doing.
You're doing a living room tour.
Yeah.
Is it going well?
It's going extraordinarily well. Yeah. Guess what? Guess who walked in on me masturbating into a goldfish bowl in Sadie Frost's house?
Is this true?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Obviously, I was miming masturbating into a goldfish bowl. Yeah.
Yes, as part of the show.
Part of the show, Paul. I mean, that's the climax of the show, literally, isn't it? I mean, you've never seen the show?
I've not seen that show.
No one's ever seen that show, to be honest.
So, who walked in? Was it Gary Lineker?
No.
Was it ex-King Constantine of Greece?
Nearly.
Ah, so it's royalty.
No. Well, kind of royalty. It's like you say gardening royalty, Percy thrower.
Well, give me a clue to the sort of thing that this person was royalty of. Was it to do with show business?
Yes, it was.
Was it to do with being Alan Titchmarsh?
No.
Was it to do with being someone who presents a show at 2:30 p.m. on a Tuesday in the afternoon about people trying to find a new house? So-and-so and so-and-so looking for a new house. Well, what do you think of this house? It costs about £250,000. We like it, but then it's quite right because it's near the main road. Oh, well, come back after the break, because this programme's going to go on for about another 3 hours. It's really boring, looking around houses and seeing whether it's good enough a house for some people we don't care about. Is it that person?
No, it's not that person. No. It's more of a celebrity than a showbiz thing.
Oh,
depends.
Elton John?
No.
Is it someone who's a singer?
No.
Is it a harpsichord virtuoso?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a she. I've let the cat out of the bag. I don't think she plays the harpsichord. She's not known for playing...
She's a musician, though.
She's not a musician.
Oh.
No, she's not known for any musicianship.
Is she known for painting, like art?
No.
No. Is she known for exposing herself on Waterloo Bridge?
No.
No. I don't know anyone who does that anyway, so it wouldn't have helped, even if you said yes.
Yeah.
But it would have at least made it worthwhile making a trip to Waterloo Bridge to see if I could see it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I won't bother now.
It would have given you a mental image, yeah.
Is it a sports lady?
Not at all, no.
No, so this person has a skill.
Yes, she does have a skill. She has an attribute as well as a skill. Mainly a natural attribute, and then the skill comes from that natural...
Is it Katie Price with her massive knockers?
No.
Oh.
No.
Has an attribute. Is it the tallest woman in the world?
No. It is a woman in the world, though.
It's a woman in the world.
You're very close.
Is she French? Is that the attribute?
No, she's not French. She's from Croydon.
From Croydon?
Yeah.
And she's got an attribute?
Yeah.
Is it that her head is shaped like a squirrel's, but looks like a human's?
Yes. That's how I first became aware of her, yes. I mean, yes. She has a she has a sort of rodent-like beauty.
Rodent-like beauty.
Yeah.
Is that what her attribute is, being very beautiful? Is she a model?
She's a model.
Oh, a model?
Yeah.
I don't know many models. Is it,
It's the one model you've heard of.
Oh, Kate Moss.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, Kate Moss.
Yeah.
I was going to say that other woman, Cynthia Schiffer.
No, she didn't walk in. I went to the ballet last night and came home from the ballet.
What did you see?
I saw a thing called Black and White. It was sort of various short ballet pieces, and I have a feeling it was put on in aid of the relief fund in Japan, because a lot of the leading dancers were Japanese.
Oh.
It was superb. You should have seen it. There was an amazing piece called Men, Men, and a modern piece, I think, to Rachmaninoff.
What piece?
I don't know. I can't remember which Rachmaninoff. I'm sorry, Paul. But
it's also depressing, isn't it, when someone tells you about something and they can't even remember the basic details.
Well, the basic details were 12 magnificent men dancing modern contemporary dance, or whatever you call it, to Rachmaninoff in a beautifully lit stage. It was absolutely...
How long did the piece of Rachmaninoff last?
It was very short. I would say it was about 10-12 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll get it. I'll look it up online and tell you about it. I think I saw the last performance last night, but they're bound to revive it. It was really superb, absolutely superb. Anyway, I get in, turn on my phone, and Martin Davis is messaging me, and he's been teaching Mel's dog how to use a dog wheelchair.
Is it disabled?
Not even disabled. I assumed it was disabled. I said, oh dear. So presumably its back legs don't work and its front legs do. And he said, no, its back legs work as well and its front legs do. In fact, it's really getting the hang of it. I was thinking, why put it in a wheelchair if its legs work? I think it must be some kind of circus stunt. I don't understand. Maybe it's just got wheels underneath its tummy.
And surely it wouldn't be able to move the wheels with its... Because it hasn't got hands, has it? It's only got paws.
Well, I don't know.
Can they move the wheels around? I've never seen a dog in a wheelchair.
Exactly.
I've seen a dog on a skateboard in Brighton.
Yeah, and dog on a skateboard. I've seen a dog in a wheelchair. I've seen a dog with disabled legs. Just it has wheels instead of its back legs, or its back legs are still there, but it's just strapped onto some wheels.
And then does it use its front paws to wheel itself?
No, it uses front paws to walk. It's sort of like...
Oh, I see, yes.
So you walk like that.
Yes, of course, they wouldn't need to.
No, they wouldn't need to actually sit in a chair.
Because they use that. I forgot that.
Yeah,
they walk on 4 legs. I was thinking that a dog walks on 2 legs like us.
Yeah.
That's what confused me.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it just goes... Well, it's easy, isn't it?
It's very easy.
Just sit in the wheelchair and walk.
There's not much to teach it, really.
No, in fact...
Just strap it onto some wheels and let it do what it does.
One wonders why dogs weren't originally invented with wheels instead of 2 hind legs.
Exactly.
Much easier.
Much more efficient. Yeah.
And much more relaxing.
Yeah.
Instead of having to move your hind legs all the time, you just have wheels.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, I've got a question about wheels.
Yeah.
You know, on an aeroplane, they have, like, the landing gear comes down off the plane.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you can only put the landing gear up and down when it's in the air. It's not very strong, is it, the landing gear? You couldn't, like, put the landing gear into the plane whilst the plane's on the ground and then lift the whole plane back up.
What do you mean?
How do they get the landing gear in there in the first place?
How does it begin there in the first place? Well, oh yes.
They would have to hold the plane in the air and then put the landing gear in it.
Yeah. Or maybe they start with the landing gear and they just build the plane around the landing gear.
That's how they would do it.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Professor Brian Cox's show about the universe?
No, I haven't. I heard about it. I listened to a review of it on the radio. It's
very interesting.
Very good, yeah.
All about how hydrogen is made into helium in the middle of the sun.
Yeah.
But only in the massive big stars in their final moments do they make all the elements like lead and magnesium and
wood.
Urine and things like that.
Yeah.
That happens later.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Of course it would, burn straight away in the sun.
Yeah. I was being silly. No, you'd have your basic elements first, wouldn't you? Interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a bit of a worry, really.
Well, yeah, it is.
The universe is massively large.
It is. But, you're never going to feel it, are you?
We're only in a tiny bit of it. Yeah. I often think to myself, why is it so big? I mean, we're just like an insignificant part of the universe, an insignificant point in time within the whole of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
It seems unnecessarily large, doesn't it?
It does. It does seem unnecessarily large, but it depends what the purpose is.
Well, if the purpose is for there to be life on Earth and then for us to, say, do a podcast...
Yeah. Then it
does seem a
lot of excess, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's only conceptually large, isn't it? It isn't actually large. It's only conceptually large. There's no one's ever gone anywhere and not come back. It's not that big. It's just big if you do the concepts in your head. But for you and me, we've been around the world a little bit. Come back. It's not that big. It's a small world. It's only conceptually large when you think about the spaces between the sun and the moon and the earth.
People have been
to the sun.
Yeah, Icarus.
He
went to the sun.
Yeah, but he came back.
He came back.
You see what I mean?
His wings melted.
Yeah. When you think about the planet Jupiter, what you can see of the planet Jupiter is there up in the sky. You see, it's the bright star that you see sometimes.
In fact, thinking about it, when you look out into the universe, you see things that aren't there anymore. You see things as they were like 5 billion years ago and stuff.
Well, exactly. But this is all just concepts in your mind that they were there. The big distances, big lengths of time. They're only concepts. They're only words. They're only mouth noises that can sometimes be silent mouth noises in your head.
You're right, Trevor.
There's nothing.
They are also scientific facts.
Scientific facts, concepts. It's just, but your actual life is just the right size. The universe is just the right size, and it's not too big. It's only too big when you get lost in concepts, and they're not real anyway. You don't live in concepts. You live here, in the realness. What you can touch, taste, feel. What about that?
You're right, Trevor.
I am, aren't I?
I've got to stop worrying about how big the universe is.
Yeah. Start enjoying how just right the world is. Yeah? I mean, you know, it's fun. It's fun to think about how big it is. It's fun.
I know, but there are problems. I mean, my grandmother,
Yeah.
she did get lost around Jupiter.
Did she?
So I fired her out into space as an experiment.
Yeah.
I was expecting her to be back by tea time.
And she hasn't come back.
And she's still... Well, she's done one of those things, you know, when you have to go past a particular planet in order to accelerate.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then they get the slingshot.
It's like a slingshot.
Yeah.
I misjudged where I fired her.
Yeah.
And she went dangerously close to Neptune, giving her a lot more speed than I'd imagined.
Oh, crikey.
And she went right out into a very distant orbit around Jupiter.
Yeah.
And then she then flew very close to the sun, closer than I thought.
Closer than Icarus?
Not quite as close.
No.
But let's just put it this way. Her nylon knickers
Melted. Oh.
She's got chafing.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. No electricity up there, is
because
there?
you know how there's a lot of dust in space.
Yeah.
So that's why that's the reason I sent my grandmother up into space. I sent her there with a vacuum cleaner.
Okay.
Because I wanted her to vacuum up all that dust in
Space
space.
dust, yeah.
Because there's too much.
Yeah.
It was blocking the view, you know.
Yeah.
And I was looking up at...
the asteroid belt, thinking it's still there. Yeah.
And so she went up.
Yeah.
But she's managed to suck up a little bit of the dust.
No, which is yeah.
But the dust is so difficult. It's a lot more diffuse when you're up there than you would think.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's got melted, chafing on her thighs and so on. And she's not due back till like 2017 now.
Good grief.
Yeah, I'm having to send her on... she's going to go round near Pluto. And she's not going to visit the Pluto's moon, Charon.
Oh, Charon, yeah.
Charon.
Well, it's too cold, isn't it?
Too cold.
Yeah.
I like Charon.
Yeah.
Charon is also the water boatman of Greek mythology.
He's the one that takes you from one side to the other.
Across the river Styx.
Really? Yeah.
To the Isle of the Dead, which is a piece by Rachmaninoff.
I know, I've seen you
That may
use
have
it.
been the piece you listened to yesterday.
I don't think it was. No. Because that's a piano piece, isn't it?
No, orchestral.
It's an orchestral piece. Oh, well, it was an orchestral piece last night. I don't think it was Charon, no.
Yeah, I had an annoying morning.
Yeah.
Because I went to a station called Apsley.
Oh, yes, I know it.
Yes.
By
near
mistake,
Hempstead.
presumably.
No, on purpose,
Oh,
because I was going to catch the 7:16 train to London so that I could then connect with the train that was going to take me to Hull.
Okay.
All working on the station, and the ticket machine works, no problems.
No trains, though, of course.
No trains.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Well, because I use that line regularly, and that was the reason that my flatmate missed her flight.
They're on strike.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, they wouldn't tell you, Paul. No.
So I'm going to write to them now and ask them for my money back. So
Yeah.
I bought a ticket.
Well, good luck.
Do you think I'll have luck?
No.
Well, how can they sell you a ticket
Well,
and there's no trains?
Well, they've done that to me before. I think.
And did you write to them?
No, I didn't write to them. No, I complained to them, and I think I rang them up actually.
And what did they say?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a premium number, so they're just making money out of me, whichever way you do it. Probably I should have written to them, but even then, I don't think you get your money back.
How can you not have your money back when?
Well,
I mean,
you bought your ticket at your own risk. It was clearly advertised.
It wasn't clearly advertised.
Well, obviously it wasn't clearly advertised.
There was
but
nothing at the station whatsoever.
No, but there would have been a web page somewhere, and somewhere at the bottom of that web page.
Well, that's how I later found out.
Exactly.
On the web page.
Exactly.
But are you saying that before you ever buy a ticket at any train, you always have to look at the website of the company to find out, is that what they're saying? Is that the legal rules?
That's all they have to do.
You have to look at their webpage.
The point of the railway companies is not to provide transport. This is the mistake you and many people make.
Yes.
You think the point of the railways is so that people can move around the country. It's not. It's so that several people, maybe up to 30, can become millionaires and keep becoming millionaires.
By not running any trains.
That's the way
But
it goes.
everything else was right at the start. I mean, there was
beautiful. So it looks good. As long as it looks good, it's got to look convincing, Paul.
and there was like all signs up. But if you this is another racket.
Yeah.
You're right about how they make money. There were signs. There weren't signs that said the 7:16 train is due at 7:17 or it's cancelled.
Yeah.
Of course, if there had been such a sign, I would perhaps have not bought a ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead, there was just a sign that says, text this number to find out what time the trains are running.
Yeah, yeah.
Premium rates apply.
Yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't just sell people tickets and not tell people there's no train.
Well, you can.
You can.
You can.
They have.
Yeah, and they've done it, yeah. I couldn't get out of Luton Airport car park 3 weeks ago because I parked my car in Luton Airport car park, dropped off somebody, went back, and I lost my ticket to get out. And there was no one there. I was trapped in the car park for an hour. I thought I was going to have to call the police.
And
I threatened.
And there was no way that you could just sort of pay £26 and get out or something?
No, because I needed.
But wasn't there a thing for lost your ticket?
Yes, there was. If you lost your ticket, press the intercom. So I pressed the intercom.
No one there.
Just this doop, doop,
So
doop.
eventually, after an hour, someone arrived.
Eventually, I spoke to someone. I said, "Look, I'm going to have to." There was a woman there who didn't speak English as a first language, and I tried to explain to her my situation.
And she worked for the car park.
She worked for the car park, but she was unable to do anything. And I explained to her what my problem was, and she said, "Well, you need to press the intercom." And I explained to her that I had pressed the intercom. She said, "Well, you should press it again." So I pressed it again, and again, and again, and eventually, a woman who did speak English as a first language answered, and she was very sarcastic with me because I think she'd seen me trying to get another ticket, because I thought what I will do, I'll pretend to be a car and going in again and just get a new ticket. But they have a camera and they read your number plate, and I don't have a number plate on me, Paul. I'm just a person.
Yes.
So I had to... It was very embarrassing. I think she thought I was drunk, and she was very angry with me, and I explained what had happened, and eventually I didn't have to pay any more than I should have done. But it was a long time, and I was frightened.
That's really unpleasant.
Well, it's weird. I mean, you can be trapped in a lift. That makes sense, doesn't it, being trapped in a lift? But being trapped in a big, massive, wide open space, it doesn't make sense.
I went to Luton, then I was in Tallinn in Estonia, then the next night I was in Sherborne in Dorset, the next night I was in Leeds, the next night I was in London. Imagine all that travel.
Incredible.
Amazing.
What's Tallinn like?
Very nice place.
Stag do, was it?
No, it was performing.
Oh, right.
Comedy, my job.
Okay.
Why do you think I would go to these places?
I just assumed you were on a stag do.
No, I was performing, Trevor.
Okay, for a stag do.
No.
No? No stag do in Tallinn?
No, it was just to Estonian people.
Really?
It's not full of stag do people.
So you speak Estonian?
No, I speak English.
Just did your mime act. No, you spoke
They
English.
speak English.
They speak English?
I go all over the place.
Good Lord.
Oslo, Stockholm,
Yeah.
Denmark. They all speak English everywhere.
Brilliant.
So yes, there's been a lot of travelling recently, and I'm going to Australia next week.
Next week?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Although
First time?
by the time this is onto the internet, I might have gone.
You might already be there. You'd still be there, though, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. First time in Australia.
Yes.
Excited?
Very excited.
Lots of friends there already.
Yes.
Home from home, really. Better
I
weather.
like Australians. I've always felt an affinity towards them.
Yeah, weird, isn't it? Because they're quite vulgar, but they are, I've always liked Australians.
Very casual, very
laid
relaxed.
back, relaxed, that's the thing. I think that's why I'm attracted to them. I'm not attracted to them, but you know what I mean.
I'm attracted to them magnetically.
Really?
Yeah, because I've been charged with indecent assault, but that's a separate thing. That happened at Luton Airport car park. It's one of the reasons I was in there so long, and one of the reasons why, of course, you weren't able to get anyone on the intercom.
Oh, because you were sexually assaulting one of the car park attendants at the time.
Well, I wasn't sexually assaulting.
No.
Sexually. Well, I was very sexual.
Yes.
It was distracting.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
They were being distracted by one of your sexual
Absolutely.
acts.
So they weren't. So I could hear the intercom going.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably Trevor.
Yeah.
Lost
And
his
that
ticket.
probably only got you off even further. I
Well, I
expect.
know. It was, yeah. It
I
just
mean,
went
once you
on.
hear me pressing an intercom, you're not going to
Oh,
stop.
you pressed my buttons right that time, Trevor.
Yeah.
In fact, I was disappointed when it was the hour was over.
Yeah, I bet.
But you can only get an hour.
Yeah, they only allow you an hour.
Yes.
Well, it should be enough. It wasn't enough, though, was it? No, you left Luton very frustrated that afternoon.
Of course, as you say, in order to gain entry, you have to have a number plate. But I managed to gain entry without a number plate.
Oh, really?
So clearly, the rules don't apply to everyone.
No. Well, who's your favourite living Australian?
Well, I'll tell you who I think is a marvellous comedian, very underrated. Barry Humphries.
Wonderful comedian.
Marvellous.
Oh, I don't think he's underrated, is he?
Well, a little bit.
Not
It
by
could
me.
be on me. Could be on more the television. Sorry, I said the wrong thing.
Oh, did you? Freudian slit. Slip. Clit. Cunt. Oh.
No, it could be on more on the television.
It could be on you.
Yeah, it
but
could be on me. But
imagine Barry Humphries on you. Oh. Mm-hmm.
So
as Les or as Dame Edna Everett?
or is the other one that one hardly ever sees?
Which one's that?
Isn't there another one he sometimes does?
Is it Borat? No.
No, it's the one when he's not in character. It's just Barry.
Just Barry.
Yeah,
That's,
just him.
Just him. What does he do?
Well, it doesn't do it. Well, he does a lot.
Yeah.
Rises about.
So have you ever met him?
Wiggles about.
Have you ever met him?
No, I've never.
You'd like to meet him, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's a nice. Well, sort of. I'm not bothered really. But I think he's a marvellous comedian.
Oh, absolutely marvellous comedian and a very handsome man.
Very. So, very handsome as a woman.
Well, exactly. I mean, for years I thought Barry Humphries was a woman.
But it's not a woman.
No, he's a
when
man.
when the frock is lifted,
Yes.
the illusion falls apart.
Oh, my lord, you're a king. Yes.
Yes. Very very long.
Very long, is it?
Penis. It's what makes him holy, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why Dame Edna Everett always wears such long skirts.
Yes, because it's so long,
So long.
like a feather boa.
It's like a clanger and a bell.
Yes. In fact, that's what they used initially to fire my grandmother out into space.
Barry Humphries' penis.
Yeah, they attached her to it, and he sort of swung the penis round, and sort of got a sort of had it's like a that thing that David and what was it Goliath used to get
Catapult.
Yeah, catapult.
Slingshot.
It's like
Yeah.
a slingshot.
Slingshot, yeah.
Yeah.
David and Goliath.
Well, it's not. It's more like a shot put.
A shot put.
Yeah, like Fatima Whitbread.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Barry Humphries' penis is the secret to Fatima Whitbread's success. Well, this podcast has petered out, which reminds me of the Last Supper. Peters out. As they say. That's how the expression started.
Is it?
Peter was the life and soul of the party.
And Peter left first.
Yeah, and they'd always be having a right laugh and the jokes and sort of fun, and then suddenly the atmosphere went right down, and then Jesus said, "Oh, is it you, Judas? Have you betrayed me? Is that what it is? Is that what
that smell
let the
is?
atmosphere down?"
Yeah.
And they said, "No, Peter's gone out. Peter's gone." Because that's how the expression petered out.
Just caught on.
Yeah, petered out.
It all petered out.
As soon as Peter leaves, the atmosphere goes down,
Yeah.
and you get betrayed by Judas.
Yeah. I've realised something, Paul, that we've been doing this whole podcast with an animal in the room.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is it an elephant?
The elephant in the room is not an elephant.
Is the elephant in the room the fact that there isn't an elephant?
No.
Because I had ordered one. And it should have been arrived by now.
I was promised an elephant.
Yes.
I mean, I think if you remember the terms of my agreement to appear in this podcast was the elephant in the room.
All we've got is a tailless ox.
No, we have another animal in the room. Don't look. It's a fish.
Ah, a fish.
Yeah. There's two fish in a goldfish bowl. I haven't seen that for possibly... I don't think I've seen that since the early 1980s.
That's when those things went out of fashion.
Extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, I've never I mean, that is amazing. I didn't realise... It's almost like that was like a race memory that I didn't quite believe. Do you know what I mean? Like that we used to hunt woolly mammoth or the saber-toothed tiger was a real thing. Goldfish in a bowl.
A Ford Cortina.
Exactly.
That was the last time I saw one of those.
Yeah.
A pit strike.
Exactly.
With people shouting, "Scabs out."
Mm-hmm.
That was the last time I saw.
The things those goldfish could tell us, eh?
Well, not much.
Well, of course not. No.
But I can't even remember the beginning of this podcast.
No.
I can't remember it.
Me neither. You can understand why they did it back in the 80s. You know, it kind of made sense.
What, I had the goldfish?
Yeah.
I suppose.
There's sort of a little bit of exoticism, isn't it? Beautiful colour.
What other things used to happen in the 80s? Falklands crisis.
Falklands crisis, yeah.
What could they tell us about the Falklands crisis, those fish?
Oh. The first royal wedding.
Yes. The first royal wedding of all time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's not true, yeah. Well, so off you go. I'll see you in 4 weeks.
Yes. Perhaps we'll do another podcast. Perhaps you could be in charge of the next one.
I'll do the next one, yeah. Yeah.
The whole dynamic will change.
I think what I'll do is a quiz. I'll do a little quiz, and what I'll do is I'll fax you over 10 little bullet points.
The facts of life.
Yeah, perfect. That's what we'll call it. The facts of life. 10 little bullet points. We'll do a little quiz, and maybe at the end we'll recap the events in the form of a song.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. That's what we'll do when you get back from Australia.
Lovely.
Well, shall we end on a song, Paul?
Yes.
Can you think of anything appropriate?
How about this song?
Yeah.
Do you think that's an appropriate one to end on?
I don't know which one that is.
The song of the London Midland ticket office.
Oh, right. Okay, no words to it.
No.
Just a melody. Yeah.
No, it was advertised on the website 3 weeks ago that there would be no
melody.
There would be a melody with no words. If you had checked the internet, you would have known there can be no refunds.
Okay. Well, I think that's perfect. That was lovely.
Thank you very much, Trevor, for being on my podcast.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you for inviting me onto your podcast.
Thank you for saying thank you.
That's the least I could do. It's just good manners, isn't it, really?
Yeah, if you just sat there silently, that would have been very bad.
A little bit odd, you know. Not really in the spirit of the things, would it? Yeah. No, I like to join in.
Goodbye, Trevor.
Goodbye, Paul. Have fun in Australia.
Night.
Sweet dreams.
Would you like me to tuck you in?
Yes, please.
Oh, there you are.
And the other side.
But that's the bisexual side of you. I don't want to touch that side.
No, I mean the other side of the bed.
Oh. Sorry. I got very confused.
Yes, so did I for a moment.
Yes, I could see that.
It's all right, I'll roll over. Hold on. There we are. Paul.
Trevor, are you asleep?
No.
No, I'm not. I was just doing a snoring sound.
Okay.
Stop doing that to me, please.
Sorry. I just dropped off. I was just dreaming.
Oh, a Dutch oven. Oh.